of Shane, Colette's youngest daughter, in the hospital.
She's in a hospital here. She doesn't feel quite comfortable.
Nowadays, 30 million views isn't an uncommon occurrence, thanks to the likes of creators like MrBeast. But even so, 30 million is still a lot of views. That would be like if the entire population of Ghana watched this video. But viewers ate family content up, and they still do. Just look at channels like the Ace Family and Cole and Sav. Although the McBrooms and the LeBrants have fallen out of favor, at least on YouTube, their viewers were and still are heavily invested in their daily lives, and these creators are more than willing to exploit that parasocial relationship at the expense of their kids. Unfortunately, the family channel trend has migrated to TikTok. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've seen more family accounts on TikTok than I ever did on YouTube. I was never into the family vlogging genre to begin with though, so keep in mind that this is just from my personal observations as an outsider looking in. I suspect the reason for this is because of two things. Number one, it's usually less work to make shorter form content, especially with kids, than it is to film an entire vlog. And number two, it is so easy to go viral on TikTok, which means more views turns into more clout, which turns into more brand deals, because let's be real, TikTok pays its creators dust. The real money is in merchandise and sponsorships, and all of this just incentivizes the parents to keep posting videos of their children. All of that was a short-winded way of saying that family channels are not my thing, and the account we'll be talking about today does not fit those stereotypes. Meet the Kelly fam. They're a family on TikTok with 1.2 million followers, and they're also on Instagram and YouTube, but their TikTok audience easily outnumbers both platforms combined. For the sake of privacy and also ethics, I will not be sharing the names or faces of their children. And before anyone comments, yes, I know you can easily find this information with a quick Google search, but these kids are exploited enough by their parents, so I will do my best not to contribute to that. Anyway, besides filming their kids, Ty and Haley Kelly are most known for their comedic skits regarding marriage and family life. For the most part, these sketches are fairly harmless. They're not my cup of tea necessarily, but just because I'm not the target audience, that doesn't make their videos bad. I would say the only critique I have for the Kelly fans' content is the slight hint of misogyny in some of their TikToks. And also the exploiting kids part, but we'll get to that in just a moment. A recurring theme in many of their skits is Ty joking about how he doesn't put much effort into the home and childcare, but once the kids are asleep and Haley's exhausted from doing the work all day, Ty still pesters her for sex. I get it, I know what a joke is, I know it's really not that serious, but to me, it just seems weird to joke about how you don't pull your weight around the house. Maybe you would have better luck getting sexy time with your wife if you took on some of the homemaking and childcare. Have you considered that? And then there's the typical boomer marriage humor, you know, the classic, like, I can't stand my wife, or my wife takes all my money.
Hey babe, wanna know the secret to a happy marriage?
I don't know what.
I don't know either. Haven't figured that out yet.
Like I said though, I'm not the target audience for the Kelly fam, and that's okay. If anything, I would rather see Ty and Haley make these corny TikToks all the livelong day, as opposed to what we'll actually be discussing in this video. At this point, I'm sure you're wondering, why are you talking about the Kelly fam? They just seem like regular family influencers on TikTok. What is the big deal? Well, the Kelly fam came up on many people's radar when a TikTok from their Disney World vacation went viral. Ty starts off by expressing how much his younger son loves Disney, but he can't go on most of the rides because he doesn't meet the height requirement. So Ty and Haley took matters into their own hands, and this was the result.
Meet our son, redacted, our thrill-seeking boy who can't get enough of Disney theme park rides. The only problem, you ask, he's just not tall enough for the big ones, but we didn't want that to stop him from feeling the rush.
Feel the rush of what? Exactly. The wind in his hair when he flies out of the roller coaster?
So we took matters into our own hands and crafted a shoe that just might do the trick. With the help of towering heels, extra flip-flop bottoms, and some Gorilla Glue, we possibly discovered the ultimate theme park hack.
I can't believe I have to say this, but let's life hacks for safety, especially if it's at the expense of your child's well-being. Theme parks don't enforce height requirements to be party poopers.
Right now, I'm just waiting for, like, my money to go up.
Depends on the ride, but passengers are required to wear certain seatbelts and harnesses so they don't fall out of their seats. However, restraints are most effective when the rider is above a certain height. That's just how ride manufacturers design them. There have been instances where people are too tall for certain rides. For example, some roller coasters have tunnels or other obstacles that can put tall passengers at risk for injury. Roller coasters that have their riders stand or hover in a flying position usually have even stricter height requirements for the same reason. I should also mention that even people who are tall enough for rides can still be at risk for injury. For instance, a different parent on TikTok posted a video of her and her daughter on a roller coaster. Her daughter did meet the height requirement, but as you can see, she still almost fell out of her seat. For the average person, though, as long as you are tall enough and the restraints are working, you should be fine. But in this case, since the little boy is too short for the ride, safety gear won't fit properly on him, and this can put him at risk for head, neck, and other bodily injuries. It really isn't something to joke about. So since Ty and Haley literally put their son's life at risk for a dumb TikTok, many users were appalled at their callousness. We crafted a shoe so the risk of his death will increase. I'm sorry, that is just wrong. There is a reason for the minimum height. We took matters into our own hands and risked his life for the sake of him not hearing the word no. You do know that if he did get hurt, you can't sue, right? Disney could actually ban and sue you. CPS? Yes, this is the video. Would you rather have a disappointed kid or an injured kid? These were just a few of the several hundred comments calling them out, and rightfully so. I even saw some people tagging Disney, and a few former cast members chimed in as well. As an ex-Soarin' cast member, this is why we're trained to look at shoes to see if they are tampered with. As a former cast members will deny you entry for modified shoes. I denied so many kids, sorry, not on my watch. As they should. Like I just explained, if you can't fit into the restraints, you can seriously get hurt. After being called out by hundreds of commenters, Ty got to TikTok a week later and addressed the situation. Here's what he had to say.
By the way, this is my name for my Roblox account. So if you want to, check me out or be my friend on Roblox, this is my name.
That would be awfully bold of me to get in the video and claim otherwise, but you did film yourself trying a dangerous workaround to get your son on a ride who's too small for.
That's number one. Number two, I would never condone any other parent trying to put their kid on a ride that they're not tall enough or something that's safe for them.
I give credit where credit is due, and appreciate him for including that last bit.
That's number two. Number three, you don't actually know what happened. In the video, you didn't see him going on any rides.
We didn't. Let's revisit that in a sec.
All you saw was him wearing a platform shoe that made him way over the height of 38 inches. You want to know why? Because he's already tall enough with regular shoes to be 38 inches tall. So, before you start throwing stones, get the facts straight.
If he was already tall enough, then why would he need platform shoes to bypass the height requirement? It doesn't make sense. Again, we will revisit that in a moment. So then Ty and Haley measured their younger son's height. However, he's wearing a pair of sandals as opposed to the modified sneakers. And with the sandals, he stood at 38 inches tall. Ty finished the TikTok by listing the two rides he tried to get his son on.
Oh, and by the way, the two thrill rides he rode was Slinky Dog Dash and Smuggler's Run. He had a really, really good chance of falling out of those rides, I tell you what.
I looked up the Slinky Dog Dash and Smuggler's Run, and the height requirement for both is 38 inches. So if your son is already 38 inches tall with the sandals, then why does he need the platform sneakers? I really don't get it. He's a toddler. Kids grow super fast at that age, and I'm sure by this time next year, he will be tall enough to ride all the thrill rides he desires. Ty also posted a screenshot of a Google search for the Slinky Dog Dash, and the initial question is, can a 3-year-old use a Slinky Dog Dash? We'd say the recommended age for riding Slinky Dog Dash would be 3 to 4 years and older. Most children that meet the 38-inch height requirement should enjoy the ride, as it's fairly tame and comfortable, filled with colorful toys and lights from the Toy Story movies. He claims that we're freaking out over this, but I don't think the tameness of the ride matters. Whether you want to go on the Teacup ride or Space Mountain, there are safety protocols in place to keep you and your family safe. It doesn't matter how child-friendly the ride is. Things can and do go wrong, and as the parent, it is your
Sounds
responsibility
like a
to keep
toot.
children out of harm's way. Now, viewers had a lot of feelings regarding Ty's apology. I wouldn't even call it that. It was an acknowledgement. Yeah, we'll go with that. Many people called him out for gaslighting his followers, but here's some other criticisms he received. I can't believe you guys had the audacity to assume that what I said in the video was what I meant. Side eye. I would never ever put my cash cow in danger. Be so serious. They went straight for the jugular with that one. Jeez. Doubling down. Always a great strategy. Yes, spoiler alert. That seems to be the Kelly fam's plan of attack here. You would think that Ty and Haley would just take the L and move on, but no. These are parent influencers we're talking about here. It's never over. So the next day, Ty posted a follow-up TikTok with the son he made the platform shoes for, and I have no words.
Hey everyone, so since you loved our last parenting hack, here's another parenting hack. After giving your kid a bath, instead of wasting those terrible environment-killing towels, you can just use a dryer.
This is a really odd hill to die on, man. You just get defensive and make a joke out of endangering your kid for TikTok. There's no accountability whatsoever. Now,
no. I know. It's $80,000. I like these tycoon games. They're fun, but dude.
This makes his apology look good.
Oh crap! I was like, did I just put my bomb down? No, it's just my little thing.
I can't stand my kids. I don't want them to enjoy popcorn at movie night. So.
Ty's behavior in this is like talking to the manipulative person you're dating, and when you bring an issue to their attention and tell them how hurt you are, instead of calling you out because you're dating, you care about each other, they turn around and go,
So I'm the worst partner ever, huh? Why don't you just break up with me if you hate me that much?
like, no, dude, you're not listening. You're victimizing yourself when people are absolutely in the right to call you out for your dumb behavior.
I'm itching my arm. It's like really bad right now. Mr. Pickles is currently, he is currently being cleaned because he got dirty.
You're clearly bothered. The following story is an announcement that the full video of their life pack will be uploaded to their YouTube channel on Sunday, February 19th.
What's up, everybody? I have some exciting news. So, we're posting a full video tomorrow on our YouTube channel at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's only 6 minutes and 30 seconds. You should totally go watch the whole thing. And then, if you want, you can go into the comment section and tell us how bad the parents are. You can tag the Ash and Karen and all those fun people that are trying to cancel us and get us fired and call CPS and all that good stuff on us.
Oh, I was trying to burp, but I felt like I was gonna vomit.
Like, tag them as much as you want. But y'all go check out the video tomorrow. I think you'll enjoy it. It's actually a pretty good edit. So, good luck. Bye.
I'll just make sure to keep
You never learn, do you? So I'm not going to show the whole video just because it's a 6-minute version of the 20-second TikTok we watched earlier, but I will go through it and play some of the clips just because I do think there are interesting moments we can discuss. The video starts off with Ty introducing the Life Hack they plan on trying at Disney, which is just the platform sneakers we saw earlier. He explains that his younger son is 47 inches tall, but you need to be at least 38 inches to go on certain rides and 40 inches if you want to go on throw rides. So Ty and Haley take us through the process of making the platform shoes, which includes hot gluing flip-flops to the bottom of their son's sneaker to give him a couple inches in height. Then it cuts to the next morning, and their son is taking the shoes on a trial run, but before they can sneak on the first ride, the shoe breaks. This is the worst day of my life. What are they gonna do? How are they gonna fix it? I don't even see it. Let's fear not, sinners. When there is a will, There's most certainly a way. So
wait, how much is it? Is it 80? I think it's 80,000. Hold on, let me check.
That seems to do the trick. Now it's day 2, and they're at the Smuggler's Run ride. They're approaching the entrance, they're measuring their sun, and...
Yeah, it's 80.
It's good! Yeah, there you go, buddy. But will they be testing their luck if they try this again? No. They get on the Slinky Dog Dash just fine, and they're sitting front row too. Whoop-de-fuck-do. But just like the boys, the Kelly fam flew too close to the sun, which depending on the height of the next ride, could be a possibility. Unlike the first 2 rides, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure had a height requirement of 40 inches, and their son was just under that in the platform shoes. Ty and Haley's plan was foiled, and they couldn't get on the ride. How the mighty have fallen. Remember when Ty said earlier that you didn't see them actually go on any rides? I think this YouTube video paints a different story, and here's why. While you don't see them on the ride, you do see them at the entrance of the rides. For all we know, they could have cut the camera, gotten offline, and moved on to the next ride to try their hack again. But the editing is deceptive, in my opinion, because it makes the viewers believe this is a viable trick you could try at any theme park. And yes, I know we put a disclaimer at the very beginning, but there are stupid people out there, and they will do stupid things, like endangering their child at a theme park. In the midst of me making this video, there has been yet another update. Ty posted a 3rd acknowledgement, and surprise, surprise, there's a whole lot of dodging accountability, and also a whole lot of Jesus.
I need Jesus every single day. One thing that I do take to heart is when people come at my character for how I love my wife and how I love my kids. Because other than my relationship with God, my relationship with Jesus, they are the most important thing in my entire life. My wife comes first, and then my kids. If we were making so much money off of social media, then I wouldn't have to work a full-time job, and my wife wouldn't have to work her job. So we're not making.
I'm so close to getting that.
For an epic Oreo adventure, introducing the Oreo, a limited edition Oreo cookie with 4 times the cream and cookie. This is not much at all off of social media.
Leave Jesus out of this, dude.
All right, we got it.
I think he would co-sign your very reckless behavior. Also, I'm pretty sure he typed in sad music in the TikTok search bar and chose the most popular one to put in the background of this video. I'm not going to come out and blatantly call Ty and Haley back.
And boom!
To do so, and when all of this is said and done, we don't know how the family functions behind the scenes. Also, I don't want this video to turn into a hate brigade against the Kelly fam, so please don't go to their page and harass them. I do not condone that. Realistically, I can only go off of what they present to the world, and I don't like what I see. The concept of using your children for content is questionable at best in my book. I went over that in the beginning. Just go back to chapter 2 if you want to hear my thoughts again. Exploiting your kids for views is already strike 1, but to film yourself risking your son's safety for a TikTok video is despicable. At what point does your life become so consumed with making content that all common sense and decency go right out the window? Your children are much more valuable than any amount of followers. Their well-being should be your top priority. That is what you sign up for when you become a parent, and capitalizing on your negligence is gross. Not to mention, how will this moment affect your children? I'm not talking about the concept of putting them on the internet when they're this young. That's a whole other can of worms.
I think we're all good.
Decision. You're teaching them that it's okay to break the rules and risk their safety if they feel inconvenienced. You can say no to them sometimes, especially if it keeps them out of danger. Again, I won't make a blanket statement about their parenting, but this was
I think I'm gonna do.
I know this was a lot of information to
broken
digest
bones?
just for some TikTok
Or
drama.
should
I'm really
I do
curious to hear
this?
what you have to say, so please leave any and all your thoughts in the comments. And again, please don't go to the Kelly Fam's page and harass them. If there's any other TikTok drama, account, story that you would like me to make a video on, please let me know down below. In general, if you'd like to see me talk about anything in particular going forward, I have a Google form linked in the description where you can submit your video ideas. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a tiny thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and see you next time with a new video. Bye!
Jamal? What? Anyway, guys, here, let me just do this.